This next story is so absurd that it's like something out of a bad dream, or it's like The Onion wrote some sort of politics-based horror movie, and now we're watching it unfold in real life. So yesterday, one day after 14 people were viciously gunned down, Senate Republicans blocked gun reform. Stay classy. Let me tell you what the provisions were. Quote, blocking individuals on the terrorist watch list from purchasing guns, expanding existing gun background checks, and increasing funding for mental health services and treatment for substance abuse disorders. So the most vanilla, moderate, how can anybody be opposed to this provisions ever, Republicans block it. But not only that, they proceeded on the same day to repeal Obamacare. They've tried this so many times that they lost count. Some news organizations say there were like 55 or 56 attempts before. Some now have the number as high as 60. I guess it depends on how you count it, if it's specific provisions or if it's the entire bill that you're trying to repeal. But let's say, this is time number 58, 57, 58. And this one actually worked. It got through the Senate. It's almost certainly going to get through the House. Now, of course, don't worry because Obama's going to veto it. But let's take a second to digest the insanity that's happening in Washington. A day after 14 people are gunned down, a day after, the Democrats are like, this is crazy. Let's at least do these pieces of legislation, this gun reform, for starters here. Just a little bit. People on the terror watch list, sorry. You can't get guns. Ooh, crazy. What a radical idea that is. Background checks, mental health care funding. That's it, just that. Nope. The Republicans say no, they block it. And then they go on to repeal health care for millions of people. And think about the implications. Again, it's not going to get through because Obama is going to veto it. But think about the implications if that did get through. I mean, that would be people who are 26 years old and younger, they would be kicked off of their parents' health insurance rolls. Obamacare made it so that you can stay on until you're 26. Pre-existing conditions would come back. You would make it so that insurance companies, because of Obamacare, they have to spend at least 80% of their money that they take in on actual health care. Before Obamacare, it was crazy. It was the wild, wild west. There was no regulation. A lot of insurance companies ended up spending 50% of their money on health care, the other 50% on overhead and paperwork and all types of nonsense. Obamacare said, no, you actually have to put that towards helping the people who are paying into your company. So it would go back to that. It would absolutely destroy. Now Obamacare is an integral part of the system. If you pull the rug out from underneath it, it'd be fucking chaos. Forget it. For example, I would probably lose my health care because, I go on the exchanges and, you shop on the exchange and you get to see the price comparisons one next to the other. And for a lot of people, man, a lot of people get subsidies. And beforehand, they simply couldn't afford health insurance. And now, with the subsidies, they can barely afford health insurance. And that would just be gone. So you'd have, they estimate between 16 and 20 million people, boom, uninsured overnight. Medicaid expansion, gone. Just gone. Think about how fucking crazy that is. There was I think it was a Harvard study, which found that thousands of people die in the red states that refuse to accept the Medicaid expansion under Obamacare. They die because they don't have access to health insurance and health care. So they decided to say no. They didn't want to sign on to it because, big bad Obama, and people are dying as a result of that. And now they want to do that in the rest of the country. They want to do that. They want to sentence people to die in the rest of the country because they don't have health insurance, they don't have health care. They want to rip the rug out from underneath the Medicaid expansion. A day after 14 people were gunned down, when what looks now like terrorists bought guns legally, they say no. We want to keep allowing people on the terror watch list to get guns, no background checks, no mental health funding, and we're going to repeal your health care on top of that. They don't care about you. They're not working for you. I have many, many problems with the Democrats, but the Republicans are fucking psychopaths. They're insane. They're sociopaths. They don't give a shit about you. They don't even give a shit about the perception of what they're doing. Back in the day, you could be a ruthless, vicious, corrupt politician, but you at least try to do a song and dance for the people. Haha, I care about my constituents. No, I don't, but I'm going to try to make it look like I do. Now they're just like, fuck you. Yeah, fuck you. If you're on the terror watch, go buy a gun. We don't care. I'm going to take your health care away too while I'm at it. We don't have a democracy anymore. We have an oligarchy. The Republicans are listening to the NRA and the gun manufacturers. They're certainly not listening to the American people. If you go provision by provision for Obamacare, the American people overwhelmingly support it. Overwhelmingly. On gun control, on the sane, moderate reforms, an overwhelming majority of the American people support it. They don't care. It's not about that. This is what you want to vote for, guys? You're crazy if you want to vote for this.